But it's amazing how fake everyone is today. Companies, people, celebrities, politicians. Nobody does what they say they're going to do. They lie to you. They never admit when they're wrong. There's no humbleness. I mean, anywhere. You can't trust anyone. And these people, they're going to be your friend. As long as you support their agenda, they're your friend. And of course, everyone wants to be your friend when things are really, really good. When things are good, everybody wants to be your friend and want to know you. But once that tide turns, look out. Because these same people who praise you and make sure they did it publicly suddenly become your enemy. They start talking shit behind your back as soon as the tide turns. You want proof of that? Look at Cathie Wood. Cathie Wood is the founder, CEO, and CIO, which is Chief Investment Officer, of ARK Investment Management. She's a good person, devout Christian, who named her company ARK after the Ark of the Covenant. So she got up and reading the Bible. And she actively manages 6 ETFs. And these ETFs are really, really cool because they're based on new technologies and innovation. And we know those are the names that went up tremendously since the credit crisis. And really tremendously since 15, 16, 17, 18, and going higher and higher and higher. And she says, and I'm quoting her here, disruptive innovation is often not priced correctly by traditional investment strategies because people may not understand how big the ultimate opportunities are going to be. They aren't sizing the opportunity and they aren't analyzing the disruption. So she has 6 funds. The ARK Innovation Fund has $17 billion in assets under management, makes it the largest ETF. Autonomous Tech and Robotics Fund, that is a next generation internet fund. Genomic Revolution, and then a FinTech Innovation Fund. So over $30 billion in assets under management just from these are active funds. The largest active ETF for ARK is that Innovation Fund, the largest in the world. And its top holdings, what do you think they include? Tesla, Square, Roku, Teladoc, Zillow, Shopify, Spotify, Zoom, CRISPR. To all the super duper growth names. And since inception, she's been killing it. Average annualized returns of 36%. That's 2015. That's amazing. Amazing. And she was on top of the world. Everyone praising her. Great analyst. Forward thinking. Understands innovation. Bloomberg named her the best stock picker in 2020. Kramer praised her. Everyone praised her. That was up to about February 15th. And about February 15th, all that stopped because the NASDAQ crashed over 10%. And most large cap, these super growth names, especially the ones in our portfolios, got hit by 30% plus in a couple of weeks. Yeah, Jim Cramer come on, say Cathie Wood needs to close her funds now. Needs to close it. Close it right now. I work for Cramer. Cramer was panics during big sell-offs, and that panic usually lasts about 2 weeks before it becomes bullish again. You got to close the fund. Close it right now. Right? There's a couple of days. Look now. The NASDAQ went up, 4%? I think it's up another percent. 4% yesterday. It's up today. I'm looking at my screen, almost 1%. Yeah, no one's worried anymore. It's just like last week. Close it. Even though he didn't understand that this isn't a mutual fund, you can't close it. It's an ETF, right? You don't close ETFs. Right? So you're looking at Cathie Wood all of a sudden going from a hero to so many people going out there and hating her. And she had to go on different outlets and say, look, these inflows come in and out. She has nothing to do with this. They don't have to raise money to satisfy redemptions like Melvin Capital had to do when they shorted GameStop. They needed, $2.5 billion injection. That's not this. Why is he saying to close it for? Peter Schiff called her out, didn't say too many bad things about her, so you guys respect for her, but said Bitcoin, after she said Bitcoin's the best hedge against inflation. Peter's just like, that's crazy. It's gold. And how gold, no matter what the facts change, the guy was born and he was like, gold. And for whatever, how old he is, 60, whatever he is, gold. No matter what facts change, whatever, you got to buy gold no matter what. And you miss out on everything else. But look where Bitcoin is. You saying Bitcoin's not the best hedge against inflation? Well, we have inflation right now. Most people will agree with that. We have inflation. We have higher interest rates. Interest rates surged. And Bitcoin's trading near its all-time high today. Over 55,000. Where's gold trading? Gold's been selling off during this time. Interesting. Why is he calling her out for? But I watch numerous financial media hosts, analysts, just criticize her. And Doug Cass said on February 23rd, over the last 2 weeks, I've cautioned about the risk that ARK's Virtuous cycle perpetuated by massive inflows runs the risk of being a vicious cycle. Should outflows commence as Cathie Wood runs her portfolio at 200 miles per hour. Come on, Doug. I mean, I've Doug on this podcast. I know him. Doug's the first person to tell you how right he is, although he's been bearish on the market since 2010. But give me a break, really? And it's funny how 1 week things change. I mean, Cass was ripping Berkshire Hathaway. I think he was able to speak at. They picked him as the speaker or the person who's going to bait Warren Buffett at his annual meeting of why he doesn't like Berkshire. And he's like, all these investments, and look what he did. And look what Berkshire's trading today. Went all the way to the roof. Just saying, if you're going to criticize, at least, have a decent performance or be right more than Cathie Wood. Because she's been wrong for 2 weeks, and it's barely 2 weeks. I mean, 2.5 weeks, and now the Nasdaq's popping back up, and she put her money where her mouth is. I mean, I came out and said, listen, I wasn't too crazy about that buy on Tesla on the way down. I just felt like it was more an ego thing. It's my opinion. I don't have respect for her. I think she's amazing, what she accomplished. But so many people turn on Cathie, and the timing was great. They didn't turn her in 2015, 16, 17, 18 through 2020, or the first 6 weeks of 2021. No way. She's a hero. She's great because the innovation fund soared. It was at 37 at the March bottom, March 2020, and it went to over 150 in mid-February. But when the market crashed, the Nasdaq crashed, her fund fell. Get 30, 35%, and everyone turned on her. Hey, excuse my French here, but what the fuck is wrong with the world? Why do we hate so much? Why do we kick people when they're down? We love doing that, right? And usually the people doing the kicking are the ones who were doing the ass kissing when everything was going well for a certain person. But Cathie Wood, really? I mean, she's an amazing fund manager. Outside of the past few weeks, she's been dead freaking right on everything. Dead right on everything. And yeah, calls for Tesla, and they're going to have, whatever. I think it was a $3,000 price target or something she has on it, where all autonomous vehicles and stuff like that, it could be out there a little bit, but who am I to disagree? She's been right this whole entire time with the stock going higher and higher and higher for Tesla being the largest position. So we have the Nasdaq surging over 4% on Tuesday, up today. And I'm sure everyone's going to go back to kissing her ass again as her portfolio bounces back. That's the world we live in right now. But I'm telling you, a lot of people email me about, hey, Frank, I want to be an analyst. I want to be a newsletter writer. If you want to be in this line of business, being an analyst, I can tell you what my profession, being someone that people turn to for advice on the markets, if you want to be super successful, and of course you need to have drive and be competitive and all that stuff, work hard. Yes, I know. But even more important than that, you need to establish a great network and have access to information. Not inside information, but access to information when it's happening. Before these trends develop, before you see it on CNBC, where everybody's talking about how great Tesla is at 400, 500, 600. What other people had at 40, 50, 60, like Barron. But in order to have a great network, you have to be truthful. You have to be real. You can't be fake. You have to treat people with respect, help them out. And don't help them out when things are great, right? And be their friend. Be there for them when shit is not so great for them. Because that's what a true friend does. When things are really bad, that's when you're there for somebody. That's your true friends. And I know there's times all of us in our lives where we've been down, or I've been fired. And the people who reach out to me during those times, those are the people that I trust the most. Because having access to an enormous network and building that, people you trust, gives you tons of access to information. You guys see that through our newsletters and getting into trends, traveling the world, talk to the right people. It's not because I'm a genius. It's because I talk to people who are very, very smart in specific fields. It's why we got ahead of COVID. It's not personal. I mean, it's not political COVID. Just looking at the stats, and I felt like we did a fantastic job. I'm not talking about stocks and getting out of them before, they crashed. But just telling people, hey, you know what, this doesn't impact kids. We should open schools. I mean, we've known this information, who it targets, who it impacts, who we need to protect. We've known this since April. Schools are still not open in some states. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I mean, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. These are our kids. Why is politics involved? But having that great network Now you need to find those great ideas ahead of mainstream media. That's how you become successful. The only way to achieve this is again, having that great network, being real, not fake. Not someone that's going to kiss ass. Someone that talks behind other people's backs. You don't want to ever do that. That's the easiest way to separate yourself from so many people right now. And I just went through a whole bunch of different things. I'm talking about, the gender. I'm talking about gay community. I'm so, black, racist, and filtering down to corporations and businesses. I mean, separate yourself from this garbage. People who just hate everything. They hate America. They hate successful people. They hate people who work hard. Don't be like that. Especially if you want to be great at this profession, at my profession. Don't be fake. Just don't be fake.